Okay, so you came here to learn about the truth about breastfeeding, eh? Where you gonna get it? So my name is Sunshine Newbie, and today I'm gonna talk to you guys about my breastfeeding experience, and I'm gonna keep it 100, tell the truth, so y'all know what to expect, or just have an idea, I guess, of breastfeeding and the motions and just everything that comes with it, you know. Now, if I'm looking down, sorry, if I'm looking down, it's because I wrote down my points. Okay. Just because it can be hard for me to stay on track. Okay, so I became a mom 3 months ago, almost 4. So I feel like I have enough experience, yay, to come talk to you guys about my breastfeeding experience. Alright, so I got about 5 or 6 points that I'm going to share with you guys. Now, the first point is that I love breastfeeding. So the thing I love about breastfeeding is I love to give my baby the nutrients from my body. I love to bond with my baby through breastfeeding. I love that she's growing, and I love that I'm her source of, you know, food. You know, it's just it feels natural to me, of course. When it comes to the bond, it's like it's nothing like laying down with your baby, you know, just staring at her. That's what I do. And just knowing that this is what it's meant to be, you know, like just how natural it is and how adequate I feel as a mother doing that. Not that if you don't do it you're inadequate, but how adequate I feel when I breastfeed my baby. Like, oh, like I'm cool, I'm the S word. But you know, I just feel like it's really cool to me that I can provide milk for my baby and she's growing like a tree. Yeah, like, anyways. 2 is that I don't like breastfeeding. The first point of that is it's uncomfortable. When I hear my baby and she's on my nipple, the first couple minutes really suck, honestly. It's like, she's a good latcher, you know, she latches well, and, you know, she's not, you know, nothing like that. But I feel like hypersensitive those first couple minutes, like to noise, and, you know, stuff get on my nerves easy. I get irritated, and when she's on my nipple, she latched on, it's kind of painful. Not painful, but it hurts a little bit, you know. It's uncomfortable for the first couple minutes, literally like 2 minutes. Then I just forget she's on there, you know, unless I'm bonding with her. But yeah, it's not too bad. But the first couple minutes she's on my boob, it's really like, I dread it every time, honestly. But I guess it's natural. I mean, it's skin, she's pulling on my skin. And bro, the first 6 weeks she came home and I was breastfeeding her and she wasn't latching right, I was not having that. Like, I've heard people talk about how painful breastfeeding is and how they want to cry, and how a lot of women cry, you know, breastfeeding, and like, no, like, I was not having that, bro. The first 6 weeks I came home, she was breastfeeding and she didn't latch right. I slipped my finger up in her mouth, broke that incorrect latch, and tried again. Like, she was not going to be latching on my boob incorrectly, and I was going to be in pain. During the first 6 weeks, where it was painful for multiple reasons, the reason I'm talking about now is my nipple, of course. I definitely did not allow for incorrect latch to keep going. Like, one way, okay, I'm gonna show you guys, demonstrate with this elephant how to get a good latch. And this is what I did with my baby. So imagine this is my nipple, because I'm not going to show y'all my nipple for real. And this is the baby mouth. Of course, the baby is going to open their mouth to, you know, get the nipple. When they open their mouth, you want to, or even before they open their mouth, you want to put the nipple on their top lip. This is not good because it's an elephant, so I'll do it on my face. You want to put the this is the nipple right here, so they reach for it and then go in their mouth. That way it's towards the roof of their mouth, and that'll get a great latch. When I found that out, 100% better. So yeah, so use that tip. If the baby is not latching correctly, of course go to a lactation consultant, or just break it and try again. Like, don't let the baby be sucking on your nipple incorrectly. Otherwise, your nipple really gonna be messed up, and then the baby really can't eat, and you don't want to go through that. My nipples have been sore, but not as much, not really, because what I do when it comes to breastfeeding is I put the lanolin on my boob. So what I do is use lanolin. I put it on before I get in the shower so the water or soap don't dry on my nipple, so I don't have cracked nipples. I use it before I go to bed, when I wake up. I put it on pretty frequently just so it can stay moisturized, and then I don't gotta deal with cracked, dry, bleeding nipples, which really sounds painful to me. And that's why I kept up on keeping my nipples moisturized so I wouldn't have to go through that. And I suggest you guys do the same, because I'm sure that's very frustrating to deal with. And I don't like breastfeeding because I just have to do it on demand. So I feel like my body is not mine, And that sounds like, girl, what are you talking about? But it's like really like, I gotta breastfeed you again. And that's my baby, and I love breastfeeding her. But like I said, I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, again, you hungry again? And I just feel like I have to surrender my body to her. Which really is what it is. Like, your body is not yours. Your boobs are not yours. Like, that's really what it is I have to breastfeed on demand. So when she's hungry, I gotta breastfeed the baby. Sometimes I just want to be by myself. Sometimes I just, I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. Sometimes I want to eat. It seems like every time I'm hungry, she hungry. Like, come on, sis. And I have to come to terms with that. Like, it's okay to not absolutely love breastfeeding. It's the best thing in the world. Like, no, like, it might be one of the best things in the world, but I got some beef with breastfeeding. It doesn't make me a bad mother. It doesn't make you a bad mother. Like, it's okay for me to complain about this breastfeeding stuff, but I'm still breastfeed because it's what I want to do. I know a lot of parents don't breastfeed just because they don't want their boob shape to change. And at first to me it was like, girl, like, what? That's so vain. No, I understand now. Personally for me, I'm still gonna breastfeed, but my boob shape has changed. Not as bad as I thought, but it has changed. Like, of course it is more like, I'm not even gonna play myself like this. Just know it's changed, okay? But the thing I love about breastfeeding is that my baby is growing. She was 4 pounds 13 ounces when she came out the hospital, and she's just been growing great, like gaining weight. Last time I checked her at 3 months, she was about 10 pounds. And so I'm really happy that she's growing. I'm really happy that I can provide that for her. And to be honest, I do not exclusively breastfeed. I do supplement with formula, not really that often. Probably about, I can't even really say, because the last 2 weeks I didn't give her any formula at all. But this week I gave her like formula like twice. So it's just whenever I feel like, which might be inconsistent. I don't really know what kind of effect that has on her. Most women don't breastfeed or quit breastfeeding before 6 months because of lack of support. Luckily, I do have a good support system that pushes me to breastfeed. But I will say that when it comes to breastfeeding in public, like, I understand what's going on now. Like, everybody wants to be able to breastfeed in public, and I am for that. Like, I don't understand why there's a debate about that anyways. But personally, for me, I do not like breastfeeding in public. I just don't. And then sometimes certain people have certain things to say about me not wanting to breastfeed in public. That's annoying. Like, if you know somebody who's breastfeeding, or if you are the boyfriend of somebody who's breastfeeding, then I'm gonna need you to support and accommodate, the woman breastfeeding. Like, when it comes to breastfeeding, nobody's opinion should matter but yours, honestly, because you're the one who's breastfeeding. You the one who gotta deal with the baby attached to your boob. They don't gotta deal with that, So it's just about whatever makes you comfortable. That what makes me comfortable, and I had to come to terms like, okay, that's just for me. Like, It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. That's all there is with my breastfeeding experience. She latched perfectly at the hospital. Like when they brought my baby to me, she latched perfectly the first time. But then later on, she did have a little trouble latching on. Not even really latching on, but she would fall asleep at my nipple, which means she wouldn't get enough milk and stuff, and we had to work through that. But she has always been a really good latcher, and she continues to be. She likes to breastfeed. She does get bottle fed once in a while, and she's good with that as well. But it is obvious she likes the boo better. But yeah, so that's my 2 cents. That's my experience about breastfeeding. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below or email me, whatever you want to do. All right, thank you guys for watching. Bye.